Hi, so this is problem B, and the problem statement says mm, you are given two binary strings A and B, each of length n. Okay, and in one operation, what you can do is you can choose any index I from 2 to n, and you can perform any of these operations, one of these operations, any number of times. Okay, so actually these two strings are considered as passwords uh, in the problem statement, and what you have to achieve is you have to check whether after performing these two operations, the first string can be converted into zeros only or not. Okay, so let's understand this through an example. We can choose this example. Okay, so these two are given strings. Okay, so here we have uh, n is equals to 6. Okay, so the two operations that it is given is you can choose any two index from 1 to 1. So this is this 1 based index. Okay, so you can choose any two index from this to this, okay, from 2 to n. And what you can do is you can select either this one and swap it with this, okay, or you can select this one and swap it with this, okay. So swap with ai with bi minus 1 or bi with ai minus 1, okay. And what you have to achieve is you have to check whether after performing these two operations any number of times, whether this string can be converted to 0 0 0 0 0 0 or not. If it is so, then you have to return yes or you have to return y. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. One thing you can observe here is let's say you choose this index, okay, and you can so and I choose this element, so I can swap this element with any of these two. How? With this element I can directly swap with bi minus 1 because this is a direct operation, right? You can swap ai with bi minus 1. So ai is this and bi minus 1 is this, right? 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. And so right, and if I see this element, I can swap it with any of these two, this one or this one, right? And if I again see this element, I can swap with any of these two, right? And similarly for this, I can swap any of these two. So if you look at it, this follows a zigzag pattern, 0 1 0 1 1 1, right? So this is the pattern. So you can move any element around this way, around this path. Let's say I want to move this element at this position, so you can do this because you can swap these two and then these two and then these two and then these two, because since you are free to like apply as many operations as you want, right? And and same for the other way, like 0 1 0 0 0 1, this one, this there are two patterns in these two strings. So one of the zigzag pattern is this and other pattern would be this, okay. Similar way, so you can swap this element with this because you can choose this index, right? And you can choose this element and you can swap it bi with ai minus 1, and similarly this thing, right? Now so my goal is i have to I have to make zeros in the first strings, right? So if I look at this pattern, so I have to put zeros at here, right? So what do you think, how many zeros I would want in the complete pattern? At least greater than equals to half, right? And same and same here. So even in this pattern I would want that number of zeros should be greater than equals to half, so that I can put all of the zeros here, right? So you just need to check whether in both of these exact patterns the number of zeros is greater than equals to n by length of the pattern or not, length of the pattern by 2 and or not, okay. So that's it. So let me show you the code. So this is the code. I have taken input of both strings, initialized. You can initialize this as well with empty string, okay. And then I'm extracting both patterns, okay. So like this way, I will extract 0 1 this pattern. I will extract this pattern, okay, in one string, and then I will extract this pattern in another string. Okay, so I'm extracting both patterns and I'm counting number of zeros in both of them. Okay, zeros 1 for first pattern and zeros 2 for second pattern. And now I'm checking whether the number of zeros uh, is greater than equals to the length of the half of the length of the patterns, both of the patterns, in both of the patterns or not. So if it is so, then I can return yes, and if it is not, then I can return no. Notice that I have used the ceiling in first pattern, not in the second, because uh, let's say this is something, okay, uh, this is a pattern. So when the length of the pattern is odd, I will consider this as the first pattern. Okay, so when the length of the pattern is odd, the number of characters in the mm, first string is odd. Okay, is odd or odd and one greater than the second character, the number of characters in the second string. While if I consider the second pattern, okay, when the length of the pattern is odd, the number of characters is one more in the second string, and which is fine. I mean, I can have more number of ones here, but not in this case. Okay, I would always want that the number of zeros would be one more than half, because the number of the number of characters in first string is one more. Okay, so I will take the ceiling in first pattern and not in the second. Okay, so I hope it helps. If you have any question, you can comment. Thank you.